Fear not the unknown. It is a sea of possibilities by Tom Althouse. This means while the sea may become rough and there are many challenges and hazards, there are also a whole lot of chances and opportunities that can come out of it. In everyone's life, we all have moments where we don't know how something is going to turn out or what's going to happen, and it can be scary. But I believe in facing the unknown. In May of 2019, I remember lying on the floor in my living room, bawling in pain. My lower back was bothering me for a few months at that point, and it wasn't getting better. My mom decided to take me to a doctor, and that day, my whole life changed. I had an MRI and was diagnosed with bilateral stress fractures and a spondylolisthesis. Basically, that means I fractured my spine and one of my vertebrae slipped out of alignment. On top of that, they found out my spine was slightly twisted at my neck. I had to quit everything immediately, which means I couldn't do dance or any sports. I also had to wear a back brace everywhere I went. I went to physical therapy 3 times a week and had frequent chiropractor appointments. I was in so much pain. Even though I couldn't dance, I still worked really hard on my flexibility and tried to train to maintain as much as I could. I didn't let it stop me. Even though it was scary, I still pushed through as much as possible. After about a year of persevering and lots of physical therapy, I was finally cleared to do all of my sports again. I was so thrilled to finally be able to dance. Then the pandemic hit a few weeks later. My studio, like many others, closed down, and my teammates and I were forced to learn choreography on Zoom. Competition and sporting events were being canceled, and pretty much everyone was discouraged and fearful. But I was determined not to let COVID stop me. I trained extremely hard and self taught myself until my studio finally reopened, and I ended up getting first place in our first competition. This proved that instead of fearing the unknown, you should face it with boldness and take it to your advantage. Now, slowly but surely, the pandemic is starting to fade, and my studio has been open for about 10 months now. But unfortunately, I'm back to square one. The doctors think I refractured my spine and might have injured my back again in another place. For right now, I can still do sports, but I'm not sure how long that's going to last. Like before, I have to wear my back brace every day and have already started weekly chiropractor appointments. I don't know what's going to happen, but what I do know is that I'm going to face the situation without a trace of fear. Just in case I won't be able to dance for a few months, I've been working extra hard to learn as much as possible in a small amount of time so I don't fall behind. I've also been taking things like private lessons to keep my technique up, just in case. I've also made sure to take care of myself so I can prevent my spine from getting worse for as long as possible. Most things you can't control, and it can be scary not to know what will happen and where things will take you. But if you face the unknown and put your fears aside, you are setting yourself up for success. I believe in facing the unknown and confronting life with confidence.